ready.
Come and get your BJ with Brandon and Jason. Come and get your mind blown with Australian accent.
That's not. I tried it
with a delusion.
With delusion. No, I was saying to Sarah, every time I try to do an Australian, like sing an Australian, it just sounds like a 1930s gangster, like James Cagney, like, hey, how you doing, mate? See, well, that's kind of Australian
or Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Your Morning BJ. I'm your host, Brandon Allen, along with my co-host,
Jason Latona. And, I was waiting for Sarah. I don't know. I was really excited.
This episode 35.
Holy shit. That's older than you.
35, I think, or 36.
We're up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's up there. You wrote it down, I think. It says 36.
Episode 36. I know. I just typed it like an hour ago.
You did smoke weed a minute ago. So that takes advantage of
a little too much. I hadn't smoked all day and I was sitting there ripping it. And
Corey Breslin's here. Benji Max here. They're here. Right? They knew Ryan Bowen. They knew Ryan. I'm already. See, I shouldn't have smoked.
No, there's a lot going on this week leading up to this, and luckily for us, we have a lot of content to cover.
I'm so excited, guys. I'm literally.
And then, of course, we have Lachlan Adair on, like, for round 2 sloppy seconds.
Yeah,
and it happens to just coincide with the second greatest arm wrestler out of Australia.
You mean the greatest arm wrestler of all time, dude? I'm so excited. Like, okay, so real talk, guys. Real talk. I'm looking right at the camera. You know, it's 7:30 here at night. If anyone knows me, I'm in my 40s. It's like an hour past my bedtime.
Hold on, real quick. Mario's in the chat, says we're not all delusional.
Okay, well, you were about to be.
Love you, Mario.
That Mario. Oh, Mario Tabakis. Yeah, hey, Mario, what's up? No, you're a sweet guy. But hey, maybe listen, if you're near Ryan Bowen, give him a hug when he comes back.
Welfare check guy.
We are anyway. But like I said, I'm normally really tired, and it's always 2 hours past your bedtime when we do this.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, and but I'm so excited right now because we got Lachlan on, and well, if you've been off the internet all day, let's tell everyone what's going on.
So like I'm not a hater. I don't like hating on people, but sometimes you just don't give you an option. Like I'm a fan of Ryan Bowen.
I love Ryan Bowen.
I really am. I genuinely am a fan of Ryan Bowen.
I have his shirts. I have his beanie. I have his hat. I literally I have a Vector shirt. I have a hat. I have his beanie. I've been supporting Ryan since probably 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Easily.
And I'm not a fan at all of the dogpiling. Even with this particular case, I don't like it. I don't like dogpiling on people.
I don't even know what that means.
Just like everyone attacking, coming on him at once.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's the only kind of porn I watch. So but I like doing that to people.
But he puts out some content, which is awesome. Like we all enjoy it.
Yep.
And then when you put out a lot of content, you're bound to just kind of, and he's talking off the cuff a lot.
Sure.
He's just talking shit. And so you're going to contradict yourself sometimes. So that's why I like the delusional series and stuff. I find them funny.
I do too.
I don't put much to it.
Yeah, well,
I don't think the guys
you can do that probably about anybody. You know what I mean?
And the more content you put out, the more likely it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So you guys that sit there and talk a ton of shit, remember, if you're putting out content that people are actually watching, there'd be a bunch of compilations of you too and people making fun of it.
And for you guys that keep talking shit, keep doing it because it's fucking awesome. It's making me laugh.
I'm not saying it's not warranted.
It's making me laugh. I'm fucking laughing.
I'm not saying it's not warranted.
I wake up every morning and I laugh. That's just because I'm looking down at myself naked. But then I start really laughing when I go and Google or I check YouTube and
the one thing I didn't like is when he put out the video.
Wait, who's he? Who are we talking about?
Ryan Bowen.
Okay, good. All right.
That's how he identifies, right?
I don't know. I don't even
want to be proper here.
Okay.
We're a PC.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, very. Okay. So he's put out a video, or maybe it was a statement. I'm sorry. It was a text about on Facebook, maybe about how this is jeopardizing his mental health. And
that was way back though.
That wasn't that long ago.
It was.
That was recent. That was leading up to the match with Coach Ray.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was before Coach Ray.
Yeah, so that was like 2 weeks ago.
And then Coach Ray just slapped him back into fucking reality.
Anyway, so he puts out that, right? And but then you have to ask yourself, are your parents on YouTube? Are your kids watching YouTube? Are you bringing that home? That's where that. But then,
are you asking me? Because my parents 100% watch. My mom's watching this right now.
And that may be the case with him.
I don't know. I don't know.
And then. But I also hear that people message his wife shit, which that's fucked up.
Yeah,
I don't fucking stand for that at all.
Yeah. At least make a fake account when you're doing that.
Even if you're doing that, you're a fucking coward.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm kidding about that.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because there's that. So I definitely feel for him on that. But man, sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, let me just say, yeah. There's a real early. Fucking Lachlan's here.
God damn it, Lachlan. We want to talk shit for 10 minutes. 10 more minutes.
Well, maybe he just can sit there.
Maybe he just wants to talk shit to us.
Yeah. Okay, Lachlan, you're really not right now.
Oh.
Yeah, you got
sideways.
He's sideways.
Well, he's upside down.
He is upside down. We probably caught him like as the Earth's rotating.
Well, he's going to turn on the gravity force field.
Okay, that's cool. Hold on. Yeah, maybe he isn't.
Maybe he isn't. Okay.
I heard they're having gravity issues
They are having gravity issues out there.
Yeah, over in Australia. Maybe that's what it is. Ryan Bowen's a really smart dude. He's just not. He's just the wrong side. He's upside down. If I was on my head all day long, I'd probably be delusional too.
Right. Okay. Here he is. He's back.
Shit. Ah, damn it. Oh, wait.
There we go.
So why was I late? I was just taking a massive dump.
You're actually, Lachlan, you're actually 10 minutes early.
Yeah, you're good, bro. We start at 7:30, but we bring you on at 7:45.
So if we have two options for you. One, you can pretend that you're not here, because we're talking about Bowen.
Or you can join.
And talk shit about.
I can join in. I'm kind of an expert on Bowen, right?
Yeah. Okay. Great. There we go. All right. So we have a lot to talk about. We definitely have a lot to ask you, but we'll get to those later. First, we need to continue what we're on this train. We're saying. Wait,
let's do the proper announcement, ladies and gentlemen. 10 minutes early. Right. Second time back. Sloppy seconds. Lachlan the Anvil Adair.
Sound effects now, Matt.
guys, girls, no, that's not, please, everybody, fellas, put your shirt on.
Jenny, Sarah, put your shirts back.
Jesus, on. Ladies.
Yeah. So, if you didn't, to fill you in, Lachlan, real quick. So, Brandon and I, like I said, normally take that first 15 minutes and just talk about things going on. And there's nothing to me more amazing than the content that our friend, Ryan Bowen puts out on a daily basis. I said, I wake up in the morning, I start laughing as I obviously look at myself naked. And then I get a real chuckle when I go over to YouTube or see Instagram or Ryan's post. And
it's much.
There's a lot.
We started off, though, we both are fans of Ryan Bowen. There's no doubt in that. And we're saying how we kind of hate how people dogpile on him and things like that. But then we say he kind of asks for it at other times. Yeah. For example, what is this video about him and Khaled?
Okay, I want to go back. No, wait, hold on. This is the thing. I want to go back. I want to go back a few days, and he's hired let's talk about. He's talked about like a world famous or strength coach. Obviously.
Oh yeah, Sebastian is a beast, and he's very intelligent, and he 100% will make Ryan Bowen stronger.
Right
now,
okay. Now here's the thing.
There's other options.
Here's the thing. One of them, if I didn't know any better, I would be like, hey, you know that really strong, good-looking young dude that I train with like every once in a while? What's his fucking name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Lucky Adagle. Yeah. Anyway, I would talk about Lucky Adagle and be like, hey, dude. What is it that you do that when you're in the gym and lift really heavy things?
You're the strongest motherfucker on our continent.
Yeah, like, can you help me? That's what I would do.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan's
sorry to throw you
right. Like Brian doesn't do programs very well. So he doesn't do programs. He doesn't do structure very well. So for him to adhere to a program, he kind of needs a little bit of I guess a financial investment as well as there's a good degree of social media content and kind of clout, if you will, that comes from having a coach like Sebastian Oreb, someone who is quite active on social media, and there might be some opportunities later on for some sort of collaboration or what have you. I don't know. I haven't asked him why. He just asked me, "What do you think of him?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's amazing." And he was like, great.
This is what I just learned, Lachlan, from you. Number one, you are a good motherfucker.
Yeah,
you're a good fucking dude. You're a good friend. You're a good fucking guy. Number two, you're an idiot. Because what you should have done was be like, dude, Ryan, I got a program. It's fucking $10,000, motherfucker. That's and he would have paid you. There you go. You should be like $5,000.
No, there's weight. There's definitely weight to what he says. Like a financial investment makes you stick to it. That's true. Even like when I hired Jed Johnson for my grip training, like I'm paying the guy fucking $150 a month. I'm going to do every single thing that he tells me to do.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how long Ryan has Sebastian secured for.
Well, he paid for a year, I do believe. Okay. So $5,000, break it down. I think it's like $415 per month.
A rep.
Which is actually Here's the thing. This is actually the going rate for, Tom Lilly. He charges about the same.
No, I'm well aware. I'm talking about because what he's getting is way more in depth. Right now, he's not just getting program right now.
Of course,
it's going to be a lot more in depth.
I get it.
So, and Sebastian's time is worth the money. So,
of course,
100%. But someone actually asked me, or in my live feed last night, asked me, do you think it's too early for him to be going to someone like him and there's better options? At the time, I didn't give it much thought. This was all brand new. It just came up in the middle of the feed. I was like, I don't know. I mean, Sebastian's for sure going to make him stronger. I didn't know he gave him $5,000, paid for a whole year, all that kind of stuff. Because what if you guys don't mesh well? Like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone, if there was one basic program that worked for everyone, we would all be doing it.
Yeah.
And personalities change things. How you respond to their style of training changes things. And there just could be better options than committing to a year to someone without having test the waters with them at first. Then I know he's in Australia, so there could be maybe some one-on-one stuff, but Sebastian does not have an fundamental arm wrestling background. He doesn't. Right. So he's going to be learning along the way as well. And
then who does have a non-arm wrestling background? Lachlan Adair. That guy, the guy who lives right next to him.
I think as well that I remember actually a smattering of a video has gone into my brain. He did say he was paying month to month. He wanted to do the year, which is why I think he started a GoFundMe for about 5 minutes and then took it down because he was like, no, that's not. So I think he's
got to be the douchiest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So I think, and he realized that and he took it down. So he is doing month to month. That's right. He's not doing month to month, but it works out to be $5,000 a year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's so that it's not a full commitment to a year. He just plans on doing a year, and this is what it'd be. That makes a lot more sense.
All right, I'm gonna sound like an asshole right now. I've been real nice, and I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but in a funny way because I'm funny and I love Ryan. Like I said, I have his hats, his fucking underwear, his beanies. I have. If Ryan Bowen makes it, I'll buy it. Ryan, I still love you. I have his vector shirt with the rainbow, and it looks like I'm a homo. Anyway, which I love. I love you guys too.
Well, I actually have to take the rainbow back.
Ryan took the rainbow off the games. That's fucking awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. I actually respect Ryan for that.
Yeah, he's 40% more gay.
Take that shit back.
He's 50% more gayer than the gay guys. Anyway, but my point is, dude, here's the thing. I told Brandon this. I was just like, hey, you were talking about Sebastian and his qualifications, all that stuff. I was like, dude, to me, it's like I have a car. And I said, hey, man, I got to get my car worked on. And they're like, dude, what do you have? Listen, bro, it's a fucking 2021
Honda Civic.
That's what I said. And I need and you're like, oh, so you can like this, like take it to Jiffy Lube or Meineke or any place.
Sunset Auto will take care of that for you.
It's not like
no. I'm going to take it to Steve Darnell Custom
Counts Customs here in Vegas, and they're going to charge me $75,000 for an oil change. No, but to me, it's like he's literally so basic. You can literally like kind of get anybody to do it. You know, it's like, no, if you were like for someone like you, for example, and I'm not trying to stroke your dick, but for you to find the right coach, it's more difficult. You know what I mean? Because you're at certain genetic petite or certain, potentials with your strength with this and that. When you're making jumps, it's minimal. It's same with Brandon. For you to get a strength coach, it would be like, well, let me think about this for a minute because your knowledge is so high.
So I wanted someone to match me, someone that's done it. There's a lot of things like that. But this is why Lachlan makes so much more sense.
Well, yeah,
because he's doing the arm wrestling. Like,
you know who makes more sense than even Lachlan? Tony Horton, P90X. That's what Ryan could get. He can do like 6 push-ups. If Ryan could
Chuck Norris better body like Chuck Norris, a better option at this point.
What did he make? The not the Bowflex, the Thigh Master by Suzanne Summer.
Actually,
he did his badass.
I like the Bowflex.
The shake weight. Another fucking option.
Yeah, when you're kind of starting out at that level, shake weight's going to make some gains. He's going to make massive gains.
Yeah, of course, because he's got newbie gains are going to be real. Massive. So he's going to get strong quick, which is great. Mm-hmm. But you can get strong quick doing 3x10 if you never work out. Just go in the gym, do 3x10 and everything, you're going to get stronger.
Yep, for sure.
And then then you start hitting a wall. Then you have to start managing fatigue and CNS. Right now, Ryan Bowen is going to have 0 CNS fatigue from weight training.
That's central nervous system for the ladies.
It's going to take time for him to get those muscles stronger, and then those are going to be real issues. Right now, he's all going to be dealing with muscle fatigue. That's easy to manage. Anyone can manage that. Yeah. If he has a little brother that goes to the gym every other month, he would be able to help him.
That's little Sam Burnett. He works out. You should work out with him.
He's adorable.
He is cute. But anyway, Lachlan
Adair. I don't know how Sam trains either. I have no idea. I think I've given programs before to Sam Burnett, and he's done it for a little while. So he might have just taken what he likes, and then he's kind of doing his own thing. I don't know what he's doing.
5 days a week biceps. That's the program you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's amazing. But then we're fast forward to today, and Ryan puts a video about him in, which is getting, I think, obviously a lot of stuff, a lot of feedback. We'll just say that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Then he put out a push-up video, and I was told he couldn't do, or he barely did 6 partial rep push-ups. And now I feel like we're being.
That was 6. I think he did 20. He did. He couldn't do the narrow grip.
Close grip, right?
Which still
press.
like. Yeah, weak press. I mean, ultimately, even those diamond press ones, you should be banging out 40 of those.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, look, he'll probably get that pretty quick, right? It's just one of those things.
Yeah, newbie games. Okay, let's pull back a little bit because I feel like we're being mean.
You are. I'm being funny.
I don't want to be mean.
You're a bigger guy than I am.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I don't want to be media, buddy.
I'm still buying his underwear.
But then the to the haters comment.
Yeah.
And then you're like, God damn it, man. Come on. I'm pushing for you. I'm sticking up for you behind the scenes. And then you put this shit out. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even want to talk.
I love it.
I'm like, shit. And at this point, I'm still like, no, I don't want to talk about it because, like, he's a brother in Christ. I don't want the guy dealing with any more bullshit.
He needs Jesus.
But then
he needs Jesus
to
help him be
I wake up this morning and I hear the fucking Khaled video, and I can't even. And then I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I think he needs Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad. He needs them all if he thinks he could be Khaled. I think because I don't think that would go too well for him.
Well, he put out the comparison video of Larry going against Khaled, then Larry going against Ryan. And I mean that's some arm wrestling mathematics if I've ever seen it. But
absolutely.
He didn't put the after video though.
When I beat Larry, and I saw how Ryan did against you, so I can obviously beat you really easily.
That is true.
If you do the math, carry the 2.
Wait a second. Ryan got beat by Gabby. Ryan beat Chance Shaw. Gabby beats Chance Shaw.
Yeah, probably. And then actually, Chance Shaw had a touch match with Sarah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Gabby in real life?
I have not.
No.
I'm going to see.
I mean, she is the sweetest woman on earth. Let me just say that. And she's even sweet on the arm wrestling table. She doesn't turn into some Brazilian arm wrestling demon.
Oh, like that screaming girl?
Yeah.
She's deaf. Don't make fun of her.
Is she? Oh, I didn't know that.
You can't. Okay.
She can't hear it, so
yeah, it's fine. We don't have subtitles. It's fine.
But she's massive. Like her arms.
Yeah,
like she's a thick Latina. Yeah, got that. But like her arms and forearms, like she has a meat sack.
Oh yeah,
she looks jacked. She looks like she out-angled everyone in all these First West photos.
Yeah, easy. So even though she's 90 kilos, I know Engen's kind of said like women, their wrist bones are a lot finer than men's, which is of course true. But I think Gabby might be a little bit of an anomaly there.
Yeah. Of course, there's outliers and everything. There's men with very skinny bones and women with thicker bones. There's always going to be an anomaly.
Yeah, like Greg Gray has the skinniest wrist I've ever seen in my life.
Like Larry Wheels has small joints. That's why he looks so amazing in bodybuilding.
Yeah. Or like guys like
Heath Evans. I'm sorry, Phil Heath.
Phil Heath does, yeah.
Very small joints.
Dexter Jackson is another guy.
Everything looks 3D. We keep naming.
Yeah, we have a lot of things.
That Larry's so good at powerlifting with those small joints. I mean, maybe it's just not the case because it's all in straight lines and you can kind of deal with it. But I think any of that kind of that talking stuff where we were arm wrestling or even a lot of the strongman stuff is just not a good deal for Larry. I mean, he's always injured, but
it hurts him.
Well, it's because the parts that he does real athletic in is because that's the black parts, and the other parts are the white parts that he's strong in.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's just science.
Oh, okay. Yeah, science.
From what I understand, that's
mathematics.
That's mathematics. Anyway, but speaking of, we'll get back to Ryan Bowen. But I was going to say, Lachlan, you're on the show. We love you. And but speaking of the transition, you're over in East First West. Tell us, you were on before the show. Before
we're tabling the Bowen stuff, and we're going to get back to it.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah,
all right,
we'll stay on for like 2 or 3 hours after.
All right, let's go, Ryan. Let's go, Lucky.
But so talk about East First West. What was it? How? I mean, like, give us like the, I know you've been on a few shows and talked about your experience, but like, what haven't you told people that, for the good, for the bad, that you want to talk and get sensitive with Brandon and I?
Yeah.
Man, I don't really give a fuck. I say anything to everyone.
I know you do. That's why it's awesome.
But yeah, so like things, are you talking about the event itself? Because the lead up was sick. Like
everything. How was Turkey?
Yeah.
Man, okay. Istanbul, I'm sorry. It's a fucking tip. I did not like Istanbul. I'm sure Turkey is beautiful, but the people, like maybe it's just a second world country. I have a real like personal space issue. I don't like people being in my bubble, and they have no bubble. They all smell. Like showering is not a cultural thing with them, so it's really strong BO. It smells like rotten lamb and tomato sauce or ketchup.
You'd hate us. You'd hate us. It looks like we smell good, but we stink.
But I saw a lot of the Eastern Europeans, like they're always wearing the same clothes for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh yeah, that's
what's going on here?
Yeah.
So that was weird. But yeah, look, the people really pushy, and if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I was a fucking menace in Turkey because, like, you get my personal space. Like, I'm really polite, but there was one salesman, he grabbed me, and I'm like, oh, don't fucking grab me. And I bounced that motherfucker off the concrete real quick. Yeah, it's like, don't grab me. I just wasn't having it. I had a cabbie try to rip me off. And we had an argument. He ended up
just like, so you know that. Hold on, I got to translate, Lachlan. A cabbie is a
fucking talk. You keep interrupting.
A cabbie's a taxi driver.
Taxi driver, yeah. So I had an argument with him. I ended up getting him by the throat and by the belt and ramming him back in his cab and kicking his door shut. They don't care about lanes. So, like, we had a green light for the pedestrians to go across. Some woman's crossing and she was walking out with a pram. The guy slams his brakes on, starts abusing her. And I'm like, no, not fucking having this. So I kicked his headlight. And I told you I was being a fucking mess. And then
raged up.
Yeah, he tried to get out of the car, so I kicked his door shut and just yelled at him, grunted at him in English, and he drove off. But they're not really like an English-speaking country, or at least not so friendly. I think they thought I was American, so they kind of were probably a lot ruder to me than. Right. But so I didn't do well with the people there. The food was fucking amazing, though. I ate so much, and I've continued eating that much and then put on a lot of weight. But yeah, so Turkey, I think I want to spend the time next time to get out to the countryside a little bit and enjoy the country. But just where we were, I spent a little bit of time in the center of Istanbul. I don't really like that either, but I don't like cities. Yeah, it's like pressed humanity together. I don't like it. I need space. But yeah, look, it was amazing. I'll definitely go back if I get another invite. I probably won't now.
Everything I said, I was drunk, guys.
Yeah. Nothing to do with his arm wrestling. You talk shit about our country for fucking 20 minutes.
But no, it was good. The event was amazing. It was very professional. I'd not been in like a press conference like that before. So it was all like the Western guys on one side, I don't know if you saw it, all the Eastern guys. And they're a bunch of smarmy motherfuckers too. Like they knew they were going to win. They're all chuckling. Right. But one thing I was thinking about, and I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but I was thinking about why the Eastern European pullers are better. Well, better.
Right.
It's because when I was talking to a bunch of them, they're a bunch of fucking children. Like I'm thinking outside of arm wrestling, you can't hold a candle to me as a human being, as a man. These guys have just got nothing better to do. They are quite literally boys that live in their parents' house with nothing better to do than train arm wrestling 3, 4, 5 hours a day. They're fucking children. And when I'm talking to them, it's like I did a little experiment. I'd sip my can of drink, and then they would all take a sip. And then I was like, fuck it, this is funny. I poured it into a glass. They all poured it into a glass bit by bit. I thought it was a fucking joke. I leant back and I put my arms up. They're all leaning back with their arms up. And I'm like, no, you're a bunch of children, literally. Like, yeah, it was kind of wild to me. So I kind of worked out, no, it's just because they got nothing better to do. It's not that Western pullers are lazy. It's because we've got children. We have our own houses. We have our own responsibilities. We have shit outside of arm wrestling. Yeah, right. So, but then you get a freak like Jerry and just, oh my God, that match was incredible. But,
yeah, it was.
Yeah, man, you should have seen it.
I bet in person it was amazing. Did you happen to catch Paul Italia's clip of him and Jerry Cataract talking about PED usage?
I haven't seen that one yet. I know I did one with
Paul.
Yeah, I watched it.
I didn't catch yours. I caught Jerry's.
Okay, so I was
working on it. Came on, and man, these guys have got to learn. Walking the fucking fence is not the answer. Like Jerry didn't say anything like negative. He didn't say anything positive. He's just like, it is what it is. It's what everyone's doing. One guy starts it, then they all started. And if it was completely banned, I'd be happy. And if it wasn't, I wouldn't carry it the way. It's like, shut the fuck up, dog. Like, come on, bro. Like, just say your fucking piece. Like, say what's real. You know what I mean? Right. No, like, it should be. You guys should shut the fuck up about it. Or have a tested federation that's separate. That's totally fine. You can have both. Well, and then don't bitch about the $400 entry fees to pay for the drug test.
Sure,
like as simple as that.
Yeah, I wrote to Paul because I watched your clip and everything you said on his show, and I was like, thank you, Lachlan. It's finally nice to hear someone again that speaks intelligently, that speaks openly. And again, doesn't sugarcoat shit. Does, like you said, doesn't like pussyfoot around the stuff. You're just like, dude, it's this, it's that, like, and that's what it is. And again, we talked about it last week. We went off a little bit about like, the RVJ stuff, and just, I think it's strange, man. I mean, just between us and everyone else, my mom and the other people watching, but it's strange to me how like, it's like, he's always making videos about it. It's almost like someone, RVJ. And he's talking, and I've said this before, I'm not just saying this now, but I did say it before, and don't take it out of context, but it's just weird to me. It's like when people like Brandon and I, we make jokes about everything, whatever it is, because we just joke about stuff, and if someone ever was wanted us to be serious, we get serious. But it's like, when you talk, it's like if someone's like overly homophobic, it's like those guys are the ones that always turn out to be gay.
They're projecting. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, dude, why is that?
So RVJ's gay.
That's what I'm saying. RVJ's gay. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's not even fair, right? Gay guy. I wish he was just not. But
I really don't think he is. Words.
I'm not saying that.
It's just so elementary to it.
I'm not even saying that he is or he isn't. I just find it strange to just keep beating this fucking horse.
Yeah, it is weird. It's kind of like his model, like what he's made himself.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't know. I like.
Yeah, I like RVJ.
I do too. He was one of my favorite guests.
Beating the dead horse on it. It's like, come on. And then he had some silly ideas about weight classes too.
Yeah.
Like, 20 plus.
Look, I texted him about it and I said, look, the only way that it's going to work, in my opinion, because the testing, you can beat it. Like I said, my podcast before,
it's not hard at all.
Everyone's going to try and beat it. So if it was me and I was putting up the money to run a tournament, and it would have to be tournament based, it's going to be invite only on the people that I think are not on the gear. Right. So I can tell that someone has been on it or is on it within 3 seconds of looking at them without the shirt off. I don't care what they say. Brandon, you can tell, we know what we're looking at.
Definitely.
Right. So it's going to be invite only. I think you're natty, therefore, and then you get to know these people and you can kind of spend the time to vet them. And if someone is as passionate about it as RVJ is, that would be the process that I would be going through to try and clean it up. But a point that I didn't really make clear in that is look at the UFC. The UFC, when it first started out, wasn't tested, and it was fucking brutal. It had like no rules.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was amazing, right? Like it had some rules, but like fuck all in comparison.
It was real fighting. Now it's a sport.
Yeah, it was violent until it got to the point where it was popular enough where it needed rules because it needed to get licensing and all that sort of stuff and yada yada yada. And then all the drug testing, they can afford to do it, and it's randomized. Like I know in the UFC, they will turn up,
and they still cheated all the time.
Yep,
and they still cheated all the time. Like
exactly, they do cut it down. Yeah, exactly. It does cut it down, in my opinion.
Sure,
but as soon as you put money, and this is the point I made on Paul's podcast, just to catch you up, we're not going against. It's not drug tested versus not drug tested. The combat is the human condition. As soon as you put money, pride, reputation on board, people are going to cheat, because especially in a sport like fighting, where you're afraid that you're going to get your fucking head kicked in and get brain damage. Yeah, you're going to take some shit, right? Because there's now a fear element attached to it. Now in arm wrestling, we don't have that, but we have a lot of fragile egos, a lot. And I think that may be part and parcel why RVJ is so passionate about it, is because he's had his ass handed to him by guys that had they been natural, he probably would have beaten.
Sure.
But at the same front, he also recognizes that he doesn't, capitalize on his amazing genetics and hasn't reached his genetic potential. And he's now too old to be able to really get there. He's past his prime, even in arm wrestling sense, because he's not.
But if he got on some sauce, though, he would get a new fucking run, or a fresh run. That's for sure.
And that's what I'm saying. He's too old now as Natty to try and get there. But if he hopped on.
He's already built the brand around this natty shit is the problem. This is like with a lot of big influencers, like from the early 2000s, 2010, where like steroids are still super taboo. And like, no, we're like this from our Celtec supplements or whatever bullshit they're promoting. You know? Yeah. So, and then like, so you have these huge names that are just so stuck on, no, I'm natty. And like, shut the fuck up.
Like there's people.
I've witnessed you over the years, up and down, having fertility issues. There's so many things that you see these people openly talking about. Sure. And then they're saying, no, I'm natty. And no one works harder than me. Shut the fuck up. Well, now you're rich. I was gonna say you live a rich lifestyle now where there's some fucking kid in like Argentina that has access to a gym and some fucking good gear who's putting in 10 times more work than you. Don't tell me you're like that because you train fucking hard.
Yeah, well, I'm saying there's people that literally would fight you if you told them The Rock wasn't natural.
Yeah, and it's insane.
Yeah. And people like just look at YouTube comments. I've looked on when people like, oh, you know, they ask me how do you handle all the hate that you get, and I go, honestly, I don't know if I get that much hate or not. I assume I do. I don't read the comments, and when you realize that the average intelligence of a person is fucking subpar, you go, oh, I don't care what they think. Your brain doesn't even work properly, let alone on my frequency. It's just you're dumb as shit. Your opinion means nothing.
Or when someone will comment on like a bench, like I posted my slingshot bench was 606, right? When I did a few years ago, 660 pounds in a red slingshot, right? Which then you have people commenting, oh, using that band, not impressive. I'm like, shit, what the fuck are you talking about? I bench pressed 589 raw after that, you dumb fuck. Like, what the, we didn't,
but again, that's not impressive.
Yeah, oh, that usually gives you 100 pounds, which is not even close to being true. But let's say it is. Okay, then a 505 pound bench isn't something fucking to talk about. Like, and then you look at the guy and you realize this is a fucking 137 pound twat at home who's never been to a gym, that doesn't know what a force feed is, who lives with his mommy and is online telling you why you suck.
That's awesome.
The same guys who are like, if you're not doing full range, it doesn't count. Like,
doesn't count. And these are the same douchebags that will wait in an expo in a fucking line at a booth to see me fucking.
These are the same douchebags that are talking about Ryan Bowen. Fuck these guys.
Oh shit, that's us.
That is us. Anyway, no, but Lachlan, you know what's funny to me, real quick about this other thing. I don't know if you saw like Coach Ray, and this is something that got brought up last week, where the thing that made me go, really, guys, like, why are you guys saying this? Coach Ray and Neil and on RBJ talking about on their show on the Fix, talking about that arm wrestling will just never be a real sport until there's a drug test. And I'm like,
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
We're like, dude, you ever heard of the NFL?
You heard of the NBA,
NFL, like whatever, Premier League. I mean, like, because all those rugby players are 100% natural.
Right. So silly, dude.
It's so ridiculous.
And like, if people want to see the freak shows, this was the point I made. Like, I don't watch WAF. It's boring as fuck. Right? Who brings all the eyes to the sport? Freaky deaky, juiced up Devin
WAL
and Levan.
WAL King of the Table and East versus West, so we're bringing the eyes on.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
And there's no testing.
I don't want to watch high school football.
Right. Again, this is the thing. This is what these natty guys hate. They hate themselves for this because they're like, man, why aren't we the popular ones? Can't we have our federation? And they know that if they have their own separate tested federation, no one's gonna fucking watch it.
No, they're still gonna be.
No one's gonna care. Hey, bro, it's like being the tallest midget, dog. You still can't reach the top shelf. Being the best natty guy, Levon will still dust your ass, bro.
You're gonna roll tonight. You're with water and a little bit of weed.
Yeah, a little bit of weed, some water, and I got good company, bro. Yeah, we love Lucky. He gets me fired up.
So what else? Let's go because we want to talk to you about you too, and what else about East versus West? We want to get into to the court sport. The court sports King of the Table 5 and your match there. But for the people who maybe haven't seen some of the top things, your shows or whatever other shows you've been on, obviously your match didn't go the way you wanted it to.
Yeah.
And I know you're a guy that looks at his losses and everything like that and says, all right, where do we go from here? Realistically, unlike other people on our show. But go ahead.
Okay. So first thing, Sandris came in way bigger than I thought. So he came in at like 119 kilos, was about 265, right? I walked on stage at 247. We agreed to the match when we were both about that 245, 240, 250 kind of in that range there. I didn't expect him to get that much bigger. Well, whatever, that is what it is. Learning experience, weight cap. I'm not sure that would have made a difference. Sandris is very well polished. He's a beast. I think he's quite underrated, to be perfectly honest. And people forget that he has won a Zloty Tour before it got popular with top 8, where the top guys were pulled out. He wins Europeans all the time, which is basically WAF, and he podiums at WAF. Like, the dude's legit, right? He cuts a fair bit of weight for those competitions. He did not do that against me, and this was probably the biggest version of Sandris that anyone has seen him on an international stage.
The whole weight class thing in arm wrestling is such bullshit. In powerlifting, you show up overweight, you're just in the other class. But I get it with the super thing. So what happens in MMA or fighting? You lose your fucking your purse.
Yeah. But I think he said did you guys agree, or was it kind of?
No, we didn't. We just, there was just the assumption that we were the same weight.
Yeah,
cool. So my lesson in that.
No.
No. It was just the ranking match. So
okay.
Look, because he can make 110 kilos. We just didn't bother. I should have insisted on a weight cap. This is something that I need to learn to do. So learning curve there. So the match, he doesn't fight in the setup at all. He is comfortable. It's a comfortable hand to grip. I was setting up low. I had in the mind to kind of see if I could top roll him or at least hook from that open position. That didn't work out. Obviously. And then my next round, I thought I'm going to set up with my wrist back and I'm going to Todd Hutchings and just pull with my lats and hopefully get something over. That was probably the worst round, so that didn't work. Third round, because I'm not Todd Hutchins. Third round, I had it in my head that I was going to press him. I was like, fuck it, going all in, put my whole frame on, going to stand up tall and just hammer down. Then he said to me, want a hook? And I was like, fine. And that threw me off because the hook, it wasn't a true hook. It was like a top rolling hook, right? Like it was hand on hand. It wasn't wrist on wrist. It was palm on palm. And it was just a very, very slow bicep curl for me. He took advantage of my pronator, is what it is. I wish I'd asked for the strap and I shot in for a press and kind of hooked in from that nice tight position from there. Potentially would have seen a different outcome for at least one round. Moving forward, as soon as the match was over and we kind of sat down and cooled down and did this little video, I just sat him down and said, all right, what do you think I need to work on? And he gave me a couple of exercises. There was one exercise that he told me to do that I tried the other day. Now, he does 52 kilos on that particular exercise. I tried it and 30 kilos felt like a ton. I was like, and the way that he beat me was that exercise. He basically just did that exercise. And I was like, all right. See, to me, that's a very practical approach. To me, that was like easy. Like I can fix that because getting strong is easy as shit, right? So, since then, and kind of even just getting that newbie gain sort of thing or that neurological efficiency, it's improved my arm wrestling already. I'm no longer sitting so far down the way I was and just relying on arm. I can actually hook with my right arm now the same way my left does. My left hooks a lot more proficiently than my right. My right now is able to do that just by bringing up that pronation, and I can really slap it in now. So it's already improved my game, and I haven't added more than 30 kilos. That 30 kilos just looks cleaner than the first time I did it. So lots of, when I lose, people go, oh, are you upset? I'm the furthest thing from upset because I won my last couple of matches and I didn't do anything different. I was like, oh, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, training-wise, prep-wise. Did the same thing. Now, you get put on blast, and when people go, oh, you lost to Todd Hutchins, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen again. I've learned a lot from that, and I don't shy away from those losses. I'm not upset about them. I just put my head down and get the fuck to work.
Yeah, I fucking love it. You got a big match coming up here. With Iraqi.
We talk a little more about.
Let's go. I'm sorry.
I'm curious because any matches? I know you said the Jerry match was awesome. What was the other surprising match? Like, were you surprised how easily Prudnik beat Todd? It's someone that you went against.
Look, I called. I really like Todd. I was in his corner, which is quite an honor, and I was rooting for him. Look. What I saw from that match was even in the ref's grip, Prudnik was getting away with a bit of carve. And I was calling it. Like, I'm yelling at the ref. He's carving. Would that have changed the outcome? I don't think so. With how it went, a little bit of carve doesn't make up for just whack. Prodnik's a beast, man. He cut a lot of weight. It's just different. He even when you shake his hand, you there's like a rigidity to his arm that you don't get. I haven't felt before,
really?
To be honest. Yeah, there's just something, and it's not like, when you shake Dave Chafee's hand, you got to shake it out in your fingertips because his mitts so fucking big. Just Prodnik just feels solid all the way. Kind of, you give it a good shake, and you're like, fuck that, I don't want any part of that. Like from the first touch, you're like, nah, I'm not ready for that shit.
Do you favor Prodnik against Michael Todd?
Yeah. Yeah, especially that Michael Todd's come down in weight. And it's hard to get a read on Michael Todd because at every single competition he's been in the last 10 years, he's the best version that he's ever been in, and he feels the best he ever has. It's like, you don't know. Yeah, you have no idea, right?
I can tell you this much. He's stronger in the gym lifts right now than he has been. That's for sure.
Well, that's good. That's good. Because someone like Michael Todd, he don't, that's where gym lifts for me actually makes sense. When you get the guys who are super experienced, and their gym numbers go up, you go, okay, that's probably going to transfer because those guys know A, how to arm wrestle, B, how to apply it. You guys, when I started out, I was doing a full 225 kilos of side pressure for 6 reps. It didn't translate to the table at all in the way I was doing it. I thought I was going to go to Zloty and just murk everyone. And no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, if Michael Todd's gym numbers are up, that's cool. Hopefully that translates. I got to be careful with Mike Todd. It sounds like I'm a real Michael Todd hater most of the time. I'm not. He's just an easy target. That's all.
Yeah, it's like Ryan. He puts so much content out there, and it makes it easier.
Exactly.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ryan, and what did you think? I mean, I think you've talked a little bit, but just give us your opinion on when Ryan and Coach Ray. Was that
surprised me?
Yeah, because it did. For me, I thought it was going to be closer.
I thought Ryan was going to.
I thought Ryan was going. Yeah, I thought Ryan had a real chance.
Well, I thought Ray's shirt was a lot tighter than it has been. Yeah, look, I thought Ryan was going to win. We had a little bit of bumfuckery going on with the weight cut. So the scale that we weighed in on was brought from somewhere, and we didn't have access to that scale while Ryan was cutting. Now, he wanted to weigh in early, so he had a little bit more time to recover. And Ray said, okay, if you make it to 89.5 kilos, you can weigh in a half day early or whatever it was. So we went, okay, cool. So we cut him down, and when we weighed in, he was down to 88.7. So we'd cut him too far. But he was 89.5 on the scales that we had access to, which is just one of those things. That's why I prefer not weight cutting, because it's like, you still don't know. You might go weigh in and go, fuck, I've got to go spend another hour, spitting in a hot bath just trying to get everything out of you. And when you get down, you've lost a lot of water. An extra half kilo or pound is that can take a full hour longer. It's the worst.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
So,
with weight cut. They do a mock weight cut, and they're like, I got 15 pounds to lose. I'm like, the first 10 came off super easy. I can lose 20. And then they're don't realize it's
it slows down.
It's exponentially harder pound for pound, ounce per ounce once you start getting down there like that. Yeah, it's brutal.
And I lost 12 kilos in one weight cut. I don't know how many pounds that is. I think it's
25.
Yeah, 25.
25 pounds. Yeah. So, and that was, I was 26, 27 when I did that. And I came out my first gray hairs after that weight cut. I was like, no, fuck that. Never doing that again.
Hurt your body.
That was,
you know who Kevin Oak is, right?
Yeah.
Powerlifter. And then Dan Green.
Yeah.
Those dudes walk around 260 and used to cut to 220 and set world records.
Right.
Yeah,
crazy. What were they doing? It's when I was in Turkey, one thing that was cool in Turkey is I went with Chance Saw to get his name is so hard to say. It's a tongue twister every time. His parents done fucked up something terrible with that. Chance Shaw. We went and got a drip, an IV, You got glutathione and all that sort of stuff. It was only like $150. I was like, oh, mad. So we did that in Turkey. So I wonder what Kevin Oak and Dan Green, like what their hydration scheme is like. Do you know? Is it something special? Or?
I'm not familiar. I'm not a water guy. You know me. When I was powerlifting, I was always a fat, super heavyweight. I would have to imagine those guys are pretty cool. I know Kevin might be more responsive. Reach out to Kevin and see if he would give you some info.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you get guys who are that good at water cutting. It's like it's worth.
It's game changer.
I don't give a. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like. At the minute, I'm pretty heavy right now. I like to be around that 110 kilo mark. I weighed in last night at 118 kilos.
You're almost my weight now, dude.
Yeah, man, but I haven't put on fat. It's great. It's I'll be open about that. MK677. Thank you. I've just been eating like a motherfucker. So
you heard of GP6 or what is it? Man, what was that one peptide? That shit was super popular. Or GPH6 or something like that. I'd have to look it up. I'll send you a link to it. But
I know it is.
GHP6? Yeah, GHP6. Sure that shit would make me go to a buffet and put down calories.
Are you doing MK? Are you doing MK orally? Just the pills?
Yeah, the liquid that you put on anything.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. But basically, oral.
GHRP6.
Yeah, I'm doing it at night because my sleep quality has gone up tremendously. Like I sleep pretty good anyway, but I got a 15-month-old daughter, so she can make some fucking noise through the night. I'll tell you what. But man, I'm bombed. I sleep right through that. My wife is haggard and I wake up.
Lachlan, are you taking something that I recommend to everybody who does MK677? Are you taking Slim pills by any chance?
Slim pills.
Slim, SL. I'll send you a link. I'll send you I'll text you. It's something that is a game changer because the big problem, this big side effect with MK677, a lot of people like why it gets flack is because it can literally turn into a diabetic. And that's the big one. The Slim pills, what they do is they actually help regulate your blood sugar and tell your body where to put carbohydrates. So what I do is it's been a game changer for me because I don't know about with me when I take MK, I do it only at night as well. I take half of the normal dose and I do it mainly for sleep and just for help my recovery. And but I'll notice like before I was taking the Slim pills, I would sometimes like when I did take 2 pills, I would wake up in the middle of the night and be so fucking hungry. Like I'd be starving. Like I couldn't wait to eat. The Slim pill balanced that out a bit and it doesn't make me crave junk food. I don't know, maybe something like for you don't have that craving. But for me, it makes me really crave junk food.
Everyone out there listening, especially the young guys, we do not promote the use of any PEDs or SARMs.
Well, Slim
so I get eyes asking me. Yeah. I get eyes asking me and I go, hey, you should be doing nothing but eating until you're 30. I'm not having this conversation with you until you turn 30. Why is that?
Just so you know, we're talking about stuff that are affecting the way your pancreas produces insulin, is what you're saying to young kids.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it is something that's on Amazon. Sure. But I'm saying it's not like an illegal thing.
GHB used to be at fucking.
I get that. Of course. But but it's just something like that. But I was going to say that's the same way I take it too at nighttime. But it does make you.
Yeah, look, I'm not waking up hungry. I'll still fast. I still don't eat until 10, 11, something like that. So I got pretty good control over my hunger. And when I do eat, the junk has gone up a little bit, but that's more out of convenience. But for the most part, like the food I'm craving, like today lunch, I went out and had ramen and I got 2 extra servings of pork and an extra serving of noodles, stuff like that. It's not sugary. I'm not eating sugar. I think I kind of crave the fat, but I got to watch that too. I can't be having deep fried stuff all the time, but like I'll gnaw on steak fat all day. Like I'm looking pig like that. But everything is clean. I don't count the fat. I've went and got my bloods done, and I've had times where I'm keeping up with oats and stuff in the morning and I bring my LDLs down. And it's kind of like an artificially keeping them down, where I've done full fasted tests. And what was interesting was I was on like a no carb, fuck all diet and kind of keto, and my LDL was high. My HDL was really high, which was good. And the only way that I'm worried about my LDL being high is if my triglycerides are also high. But my triglycerides are on the fucking floor. Like they're like 0.5 or something like that, the way that we measure them. So basically like the equation and that we're learning about cholesterol now, or our lipid profile, is that would be a risk if my triglycerides were high, because triglycerides are something, very basically they kind of help transport a lot of that LDL around your body. So because mine are low, it's being transported a lot, which means I'm using those LDLs as an energy source. So I'm what you would be classifying as like a low carb hyper responder. So I do really, really well.
You attribute that to your fasting, to your morning fasting?
No. I attribute that probably to a lot of like genetic dispositions, the way I diet. My dad does the same thing. I mean, we're Scottish, but the way we've been, my family's been poor for a long time. So it was always, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up, eat the most expensive thing on your plate first, and then see how you go with the rest, which means I grew up eating meat, just always pretty much meat.
You digest better.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, we got a couple super chats. I missed one earlier. It's from Aussie Arm Wrestler. I know he had to sign off, so sorry you missed it, buddy. But he said, according to arm wrestling math, Brandon plus Lucky plus Jason, I've pinned you 3 times.
That's true.
Aussie Arm Wrestler, threw that in. And then we just had one in from Yetta. Is Adair mesomorphic or endomorphic body type? Is it easy to gain weight for you?
No, it's really hard. I'm not ectomorphic. I'm one in the middle. So when I stop training, I lose weight. I've never been someone that gets fat or gets fat easily. Like I've always been that guy who eats like a total, growing up, I would eat like a total tub of shit and I would be walking around with an 8-pack. Now, I'm a little bit older. It's not so much the case, but recently with the SARM, I put on some weight, boy.
You buy into the whole endomorph, and I know it's people that say that's like bunk science, or
I think that people are weak-minded, and then weak-minded people call themselves ectomorphs and say I'm just small, I can't get bigger,
right? Or
because they don't know how to force feed food,
right.
It's like, dude, I eat so much, I'm like, okay, then eat fucking another plate every day,
sure,
and you'll get bigger. No, I eat so much you don't even know. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But I mean, obviously there are people that it's easier for them to gain and lose weight than other people.
Not really. It was hard for me to gain weight too until I learned how to eat.
Right.
Yeah. So let's have a think about it. Do you think that's got more to do with insulin resistance? Because like if you're insulin resistant as a power lifter, and the way a lot of us eat when we're gaining on weight, then I mean, to a certain, if you're not insulin resistant, it's going to take you a while to get to the point that you are, and then you can start putting on weight.
Yeah, so when you're younger, it's harder to, but again, I still push back because when I was younger, I did not know how to eat. I was always bigger than everyone. I ate more than most of my friends. I thought I knew how to eat. I thought I was eating a lot until I fucking learned.
Right.
I'm not eating shit.
Yeah.
And I'm eating all these carbs. I'm not eating nearly enough protein. When you're young, even though, I was eating my protein first and things like that, we just said, but not enough to be fucking, to be what I wanted to be.
And do you think it swings the other way too, when people are like, but I hardly eat at all?
No, that's a lie. Track them all day. Those fuckers are shoving this shit in their face all day.
I think that too.
I only had a snack. No, you had fucking 3 Twix bars and a bag of chips. That was like,
you calling me out, dude.
And then, I only ate one time.
There
was actually a study on this just recently I watched. There was a woman who was saying how, her and her coworkers, they all went on this diet. They're all eating the exact same things, and she just couldn't lose weight, and she stayed fat. And then they had like a camera crew tracking them and like watching them, and or little cameras set up and at their desk watching.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the week, they're they turn in, all the other girls are losing weight, and this fat fucking pig, of course, isn't losing any weight. It's like, I don't know, I'm eating the same thing as you girls. And then they replay the camera and they show she ate like an extra 6,000 calories every fucking day.
I
snacking nonstop, shoving shit in her fucking hole, just blah, blah, blah.
No, I see it all the time, man. I see that shit all the time.
Yeah,
I need to watch it. If you remind me.
They probably don't even know they do it. That's the thing.
I think they're lying.
Idle eating. Just
there could be that where they're just fucking liars and they're shitty people. And that if you're fat, you're a shitty person.
Could be that. It could be that. We love, first of all, we love all fat people too. So if you're fat, thanks for watching us. We love you too.
No, we don't. I don't like eating around fat people.
Especially if you're fat and gay. We really love you guys.
I don't like eating around fat people. That repulses me. You're disgusting.
Even when I don't give a fuck. When I was a fat piece of shit powerlifter, it was for purpose, for strength. I was like, this ain't gonna last. Like,
you know what? I know what
for some reason that's more acceptable. But that feels more acceptable. If I was eating around you and you had food in your beard, I'd fucking go to another table.
You fucking liar. You would have eaten it out for me.
All I know is, Lachlan, when's your birthday, man? Because I know what I'm getting you. I'm getting you a fat Turkish stripper. That's exactly what I'm going to get.
A bad body odor.
And a fucking nose plug.
Yeah, and like 3 of them, actually. So they're all crowding you in your space.
Nah, this motherfucker will get me that tab to open my nose up.
I wear one every night.
Breathe it in.
I literally wear one every night.
3 fat Turkish
Do you CPAP?
Not that I'm down to 275, 125 kilo. When I was anything up, when I competed against Larry Wheels, I was 320, for example, and I'm down to 275 now. So, and then when I was at my strongest, largest, I was 300. When I was in Australia, I was 370 pounds. So, I've lost just about 100 pounds from my largest.
Good thing you didn't know Lachlan back then. He would have hated you.
And you started growing some arms. Yeah, you started growing some arms too.
Yeah,
so
I actually worked out arms now, and it's just crazy.
Oh shit! Yeah,
get in there.
Yeah,
I'm on. I'm off cycle. I'm on fertility drugs right now. We're trying to make it all. But
his nuts look amazing.
Dude, my nuts, my nuts are seriously toddler size. They're no longer infant size. They've graduated to toddler size. My wife almost can't fit them in in her mouth. Almost.
Wow.
She might be being nice to me though.
Okay, I was gonna say I was watching her squeezing lemons into her mouth and getting. She was like that. I was like, Jenny, what are you doing? That makes sense.
What's the fertility drugs? Because I recently saw a video by Vigorous Steve. I quite like that guy.
He's great.
He says things like minimum effective dose, where Leo Longevity doesn't know what that fucking word means. But I really like Vigorous Steve, and he did a whole thing on like a natty stack, or like the stack that you should be doing when you come off cycle. It includes HCG and all that sort of stuff, like the stando stuff. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there that, mate, I'll send you. I screenshotted it. I'll send it to you of like what you should be taking if you want to get shit back in.
Did you watch him?
Are you familiar with the Gorilla Chemist and like Derek from More Plates, More Dates?
Huh?
Are you familiar with More Plates, More Dates? Derek from More Plates, More Dates?
Yeah.
So him and the Gorilla Chemist did a podcast not that long ago, and I watched, and tons of info. I learned a lot. I was able to research a lot and collaborate a lot of what I read. And then also the fertility doctor I'm working with is a big fan.
Oh, nice. You got a doctor,
yeah, he's a big fan of Derek as well.
Yeah,
so
they collaborate too, Vigorous Steve and Derek.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I hadn't watched.
Great, he's awesome, man.
So I'm sure I'd love it. And then so basically right now I haven't even started. I just finished, or I've been on my HCG, but I start the HMG gonal SHSH.
Is that the one that's really expensive?
And then Follistatin 344 is one of them.
What's the one you said real expensive?
The gonal stuff. The gonal stuff. It's like fucking $3,700 for like.
And we do support if you want to change your gender. We do support that.
No, we definitely don't.
And you can take this.
Yeah, I don't know why you went there, but yeah, between that, the quality and everything, like this shit's not cheap, dude. Like it's super cheap. These are decisions I've made. You know what I mean? We made a career out of strength sports, and we knew this was going to be maybe something that would inhibit us in the future. And when I was younger, I didn't really think it would be a big deal, but here we are.
You didn't think it'd be a big deal.
Yeah. When you're younger and you think you're not going to want kids, but I went and got snipped. So I've got my. Yeah, I got two. I got my pigeon pair. Got my son just turned 4.
Now you just blast recklessly, you lucky fuck.
No, I can't, because now I'm scared that I'm scared of that shit, man. I don't want to fucking die young. So,
that's true.
Hold
on, we got a $2 super chat from from Swisher Sweet, spelled it ghetto way, which Swisher Sweets are ghetto, so that makes sense. Luckily,
that's so much better though.
I know, right? Which Easterns didn't smell like kebab? What is that?
A kebab.
Oh, kebab.
A kebab. I wouldn't count Hermes Gasparini as Eastern, but he was a gentleman.
Yeah, he's too.
Huh?
He's fucking big.
Yeah, he's like 132 kilos. Yeah.
When I met Hermes in Dubai, I was like coming out of the fucking buffet, and he comes out of the elevator, and he said, I'm like, oh shit, Hermes. And then he's like, hey, oh, and he goes to shake my hand. I try to shake his hand like a human being, but he has to do like the arm wrestler hook and pull you in, because I'm like still new to arm wrestling. You know, I think
I was just he was Italian.
Yeah,
he was like, come here.
Yeah, I was like, I licked my lips, and he just gave me a handshake.
Dude, he's the nicest guy, but we were having a chat at dinner, and he goes, you know, he was asking me, why don't I just get bigger? You know, and then as he said that, he rubbed his stomach. Yeah, he rubbed his stomach like this, and I said, well, why don't you get leaner? And he was like, nah, too much pizza.
Yeah.
And he goes, but, and then he patted me on the stomach, and he goes, it's good, but well, fuck. I was like, yeah, then I tapped him on his stomach, and I'm like, not good for fuck. And I'm like, what do? You pick it up and kind of look over the other way to see if you can see it. And he was like, no, I trusted it's there.
Yeah.
Funniest fucking dude ever.
During the press conference when I was fucking talking shit on Larry, and I'm sitting next to Hermes and John Brezink, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Hermes' translator is next to us too. So I would say something and everyone would laugh. And then Hermes is all of his translator. What is it? And then his translator is laughing. And then he would tell Hermes. And then I'd be like listening for Larry's response. And then Hermes would like all delayed, like, oh, hitting me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you fucking loose. I could
tell his Jed Johnson programs during his hands. You heard it hurt really bad.
Yeah.
But his English is good now. Hermes can hold his own with his English now. Yeah, it's got way better. He's
I think I saw him on Matt Rhodes' channel today.
We said it about you last time you were on the show. We're like, oh,
his English is getting better.
Really getting better. We can understand that.
I was thrown off when he said he was Scottish. I was like, I thought you're Australian.
Yeah, me too. That's like, let's throw another chip on the Bobby, mate.
All right, hold on. We're gonna wrap this up here soon. But first, we need to talk to you about you got a match coming up. East versus, or is it it's King
State 5? I was going to say the segue. I was like, speaking of Europeans who don't smell, you've got a match against the sexiest
Iraqi.
Yeah, the sexiest of the Europeans.
Right.
He's like a fitness model, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I think so.
He's gorgeous.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, he's got blue eyes too, which is kind of, I wasn't expecting that when we had a photo next to him, and I was like, oh, goodness gracious. He's 6'2" as well, so he's a bit taller than me. He's way taller than
if I can't have a baby, I'll have to fly him out, you know.
That'd be cool.
Some of that semen.
No, I thought you meant just for you so you can fuck him. That's what I thought. I get what you meant now.
We do it at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I was just
like, no, how would that work? You get a shepherd's pie and just fart it into Jenny? How does that
I do it in his butt, and he goes into Jenny.
Shepherd's pie is a good one.
Oh, so you used him as a condom. Yeah,
he's the middle.
Absolutely. Just wear Iraqi.
He's an Iraqi. I mean, he's in Jenny. You're an Iraqi. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense.
That works.
Yeah. It's not gay when it's like that.
Oh, did you happen to?
Yeah, and it's not cheating either.
Exactly. Yeah, Jenny wouldn't be mad if I fucked Iraqi.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be.
I'd be jealous. I'd just be jealous.
All right. Like, whoa, is he bigger than me? It was huge, huh?
She's like, don't worry about it. I'd be like, is grip better than mine? I'd be the real questions. No, but yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Did you happen to see Todd Hutchins' video talking about what he thinks about you and Iraqli's match?
Oh, I didn't.
I saw on what channel? What channel?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
I think it
was maybe Matt Rhodes.
Was it Matt Rhodes? Okay, no, I didn't. I know he did an interview with Paul, and it was like talking about my match with Sandris, but I didn't remember him saying anything about. I don't know. What did he say? Cliff note it.
I don't know. I was asking if he saw it. I saw it. He was just saying how he thinks that like you have the better arm for sure, and then Iraqi has the better hand, and that if Iraqi can keep it out of the straps, he thinks you're gonna have a tough day. He thinks that if either one of you play arm roll defensively, that's the person that's going to win.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
He says whichever one of them arm wrestles defensively is going to win. So, for example, if Lachlan keeps on his side of the table and playing more defense, he will win. If Iraqi comes out super aggressive trying to pin Lachlan, then Lachlan will get the advantage. But if it goes the other way and Iraqi plays more defense, working on just kind of posting, getting back, and Lachlan's hitting sideways, that he'll lose.
Really?
And I could have fucked that completely up.
It could be the complete opposite.
Yeah, cool. I'll have a game at it.
It may be a totally different match.
He's talking about,
yeah. Oh no, it kind of makes sense though. I probably agree with that. Look,
real quick. So that was an older video, I think, that they just uploaded recently or something, because someone just commented. It was before Iraqi raped Krasny. So,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I watched that match, obviously, and like Iraqi, he still does what he always does. He hits back and then he goes. He just went sideways quicker against Krasny. But Krasny, like I asked Krasny, what would you have done differently had you had another round? And he goes, I would have pulled him with a flat wrist. I'm like, okay, so that tells me if you can, a dead wrist, not a flat wrist, a dead wrist. That tells me that when you allow Iraqi to get overpronated, because he doesn't have the arm and frame, he's just got that massive hand and back pressure. When he's overpronated, he ain't got nothing to really pull it against. So it's like a dead wrist. He's overpronated. He can't go sideways because when you get overpronated, you can't use the rest of your flexors and your arm and your chest and your shoulder and even your back to be able to go sideways to get the pin. So, there's something to that. I know I've got to call Jerry Carteret tomorrow and we're going to have a chat about my training. I've already started flop wrist press. Like I flop wrist press anyway. It's just not been, it's somewhere I choose to go to mid-match. I haven't done it off the go. And it's actually been feeling really, really good. Even my elbow's a bit busted up. I know I'm on the right path with it because when I do it, I feel no pain in my elbow. Good. None. The hardest thing about the press for me is my bicep being pressed up against my brachioradialis with such pressure. That's probably the most painful part of it. And that's just mechanical. That's not like sore muscle or sore tendon or anything like that. But look, and my hook is doing real good. I had some lessons from the Bulgarians, but to get back to the Krasny, I think Krasny was really just trying to bump him in here. I didn't feel like he was doing a lot of like really set up deep and kind of cheated in the setup and was able to slam him in sideways. It kind of looked like he was just trying to go backwards and wrist curl him, which is a bad idea for someone who can just pop straight back with such force. So, I've got two plans, obviously hook him and, I've been pretty public about it. He's trained his hand his whole life. I've trained my frame my whole life. Catch my frame, bitch, has basically been the theme going forward with this training. So, styles make matches. I don't think I would have been able to do that against Sandris. Sandris's diagonal side pressure, top roll and pronation is brutal. I just need to be stronger than that human being in general. So styles make matches. I do have a little bit of a room to get that press in because he hits back straight away, which means because he's not going sideways, I can get to kind of chase him forward, dump my wrist and just slam my frame in. Now, either go back or try and hook him in. Even if that doesn't work and he peels me open, my shoulder's still in and I'm still got that forearm angle. And I'm very comfortable pressing at someone. That's always been totally fine for me. So I'm hoping that presents quite an awkward challenge for Iraqi. But look, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I'll learn from it and get better. And, if I lose, not that I like talking about that, there's probably going to be quite a few opportunities for me in the States. Conquer that, and then we'll probably start finding that my European opportunities start happening again shortly after. So 2023, probably either way, is still going to be a fair bit of travel, I feel. And we'll see what happens.
Awesome, man. Hopefully we get a chance to link up whenever you're in the States, and maybe we can get you out to Vegas. Maybe set up some kind of match with you and Eric Spoto or something like that. That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah, right.
Eric, what's with you Americans just trying to set me against with these fucking monsters? It's like,
how much you weigh? How much you weigh? Let me find a 300-pounder for you.
I was literally hoping to get a match against Gabby and just get revenge for Brian. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking lower level.
If Lucky lost to Gabby.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Luckily would probably lose to Gabby.
Yeah, probably.
She's a beast.
Yeah, if I lose to Gabby, I'm gonna be like the number one like person pushing for trans men and women's sports.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, we see how well Ryan does against Lachlan.
Yeah, that's true.
Gabby would probably beat him. Yeah, no, hey, we always appreciate you coming on, Lachlan. We have a blast. We could talk.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But it's definitely past my bedtime. We're gonna wrap it up here. Any last words for you? Where can people find you? Where can they reach you? Instagram, Facebook, email. What do you got going on?
Yeah, Instagram, and I'm going to start doing more stuff on the YouTube. So just type in my name, and you'll see my big, ugly, shaped mug on there everywhere. Arm wrestling. So no special names. Just type in my name.
Any chance that you?
One thing, grip and lift for you Australian guys. Get into them. They're awesome. That's all. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, we were talking shit on Australians that were putting out content. Not all of you guys. Just so you know that we love you, Australians.
We love all that. We love everybody. Even if you guys are.
Dude, that someone made a comment. I've talked about this with them. Getting Lucky and Megan Mike on the table would be fucking awesome too. Yeah. Just for some sparring, you know what I mean? I think
content. Just some sparring. Yeah, I've seen Mega Mike around. No offense to Mega Mike. I think he's a couple years behind. But that doesn't mean to say.
Yeah, he's been pulling 6 months longer than me, so
only 6 months.
He's still very green. Yeah. I know he when he pulled Mario, he was hurt against Mario, and Mario shut him out either way. So, and I know you are stronger than Mario, but yeah, I think it would be awesome to get you guys on the table just because of the same styles, and I'm sure you can give Mike a lot of positive feedback.
I just want to see a shirtless match between him and Iraqi. That's all I'm hoping for.
We can only hope for so much.
I was gonna say that'd be sick.
I don't know, because against Iraqi, he hasn't put a weight cut, so I'm like, I don't think it'll be much to look at.
No, but I'm saying there's two different styles, like the bigger buffy guy and this more twinky, lean.
Yeah, it's like what do you want? You want the bear, or you want the otter?
Yeah, it's like something for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going for the Jack Dad bod look. That's what I'm going for.
Either way, it's gonna get wild.
Yeah, how nervous it's gonna be.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Lucky, thank you so much for joining us, brother. We will definitely.
Thanks for having me.
Again. I will reach out to you and we'll chat, brother. Thanks for coming on, man.
See you later.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, you want to just wrap it up?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was awesome. That was a fun show. That was a lot of fun.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Your Morning BJ. We had an awesome episode with Lucky, as you guys got to see. Go back and watch it again if you just joined in late, because we covered some fun topics.
It was a fun topic.
Ryan Bowen, just so you know, bro. I mean, I seriously am a fan of you. We do love you.
Yes.
And we don't want you taking any heat.
He's already
more than you already deserve.
He's already
but again, I see you calling out Khaled, man. I told you whenever you want that match, dog. And I honestly, I swear to God, I would take that match for you, and I would even take a drug test. I failed for marijuana, but I would win.
You'd pass for sperm.
Lots of sperm.
You'd have a ton of sperm.
Sperm everywhere.
What big ass balls you got. All right, speaking of big ass balls,
stay gay.